So welcome back, everybody. This is Paul again with another guitar review for my site beststufftobuy.com. This particular guitar is up for sale currently on eBay in December of 2014, so if you missed that purchase, you might never see this guitar again. What this is a copy of a very famous guitar made by Gibson called the Gibson Les Paul Gold Top. And I believe this is a copy of the 1959 version. Back in the late 60s and early 70s, there were a bunch of guitar manufacturers in Japan that decided they wanted to import and compete with Fender and so on because there's a booming market. And they imitated, of course, the popular guitars of the time, including the Stratocaster and Telecaster and so on. And one of the popular guitars was, of course, the Gibson. And this guitar, I looked at really pictures of the original 59 Gibson Les Paul Gold Top, and this has really done a really good job. All the hardware is from the period. I got this guitar at a thrift shop, honestly, and it's just in really good shape. It had the original cord and so on. You can tell by the knobs, a little bit of fading. Now, as far as playability, it's really, really good. It's got an adjustable bridge here and really strong pickups. I'll play them in a moment here. It is actually made of plywood, believe it or not. If you look carefully, you can see apparently we're a sandwich of plywood. But anyway, it's still really solid. The neck is really, really good. It's got really good pickups on the back here. And it's got the classic so-called open book headstock that was made by Gibson. You can see here this little design here, and apparently there was a lawsuit during that era, and they tried to stop people from making the copy. So after that, they started changing the design a little bit. This has a big G on it. I don't know who made this guitar, honestly. I know it wasn't Gibson, I don't think so. But anyway, it's got a 4 screw attachment here, and it clearly says made in Japan. Okay, so I'll give it a little play here. I'm not a professional musician or a pro by any means. I'm a hobbyist and guitarist, but I'll play through some of it here. What I have here is on the bridge pickup here, and I have the volume fully forward and the tone fully forward here, playing E minor chord. Sound. I'm playing through a vintage tube amp made by Tesco. It doesn't have a really deep bass. It's got 2 8-inch speakers, and right now, you know, that's what I got. So I'm playing it through really just clean, basically, with a little bit of reverb. And okay, that was that. Now I'm going to add a little bit of, I'll back the tone down to get this pickup on the. Put in the middle here, that's 2 pickups together. I put them both fully forward, both volumes, both tones fully forward. Back down the tone. Now back up the neck pickup. That's the tone fully forward. Once again, I've got this guitar on eBay at the moment. I really think there's a lot of bargains to be found out there on eBay, Craigslist. This guitar, I don't know, sat in the closet for how many years? It's got to be at least 40 years old, and you wouldn't know it. If you walked in the store and you could get a guitar like this for $200 or $300, I mean, I think they're a great deal. So again, this is Paul again from beststufftobuy.com with a review of the unnamed G model Gibson imitation of the classic Les Paul gold top. So thanks again for watching. With another guitar review, and today I have the Epiphone made by Gibson 339, and this is a kind of a scaled down version of the 335, which is the big body hollow body guitar. And this is actually a little different. It's a semi-hollow body. It has a strip running down the center here of solid wood, and it's a set neck, as you can see, and the tuners are really good. Just basically all around very good construction. Has fully adjustable bridge, and this has a unique feature in that the pickups, you can pull out the volume knobs and you'll get your split coil on each one. So basically I have this tuned down to D. This guitar would be a great guitar for blues and a great guitar for jazz. I don't play jazz, but again, this guitar is fairly recent model. I believe that this particular model, because it's very lightweight, it's smaller, it's much easier to manage. It's better in my view than the 335, which is significantly wider. And I just love this guitar. It has a great look to it. It's probably made in, Korea or one of those places. Modern manufacturing techniques, not like the old PVs and so on, but it stays in tune, and it's just overall really great quality. So I recommend it. Thanks for watching. So welcome back, everybody. This is Paul again with another in my series of guitar reviews, and today I have an unusual model that, again, they're rare, they're hard to find. It's made by Samick, and Samick is a company well known. You can look that up. And the designer is a guy named JTR Linda, and he apparently was a very well-known guitar player and designer who worked for Gibson and had some influence on some of the later Les Pauls. But anyway, he designed this guitar in conjunction with Samick, and this is the Linda 30, and this is the feathered black model. There's a sunburst model as well, and you can tell a really good guitar by the way it's made and the construction all around, starting with the jack. You'll never get loose. I mean, this thing is built like a tank, adjustable bridge through the neck strings, just a solid, neck through or set neck, really nice tuners. And apparently Mr. Riboloff wanted to design a really nice guitar. As he got older, and he put a lot of effort into this, and it's just a really great performing guitar. I'm not a performer, but I do admire quality, and something like this, it's hard to find. I looked on eBay the other day, and there are closeout for what I paid for this guitar. I mean, I can't touch something of this quality in that price range anywhere near it. Probably more like triple. But this, again, has beautiful pickups, very solid. Now, this has a feature here. This knob controls a bit of a tone sound. Two volume knobs. TSGO vintage tube amp and has a physical reserve on it, or reverb.